This is Sergeant norghloS of the House Quickies, part of the Crimson Knight Fleet and a member of the Klin Zha Warriors of Kag. Welcome to another Klin Zha Quickie. In this video, I will be covering the game notation used when playing Klin Zha. I will begin with the symbols used to denote the various playing pieces that were covered in the previous video. As before, let us start with the blockader, and as a reminder, here is a picture of both the authorized and classic versions on the left and right respectively. The blockader is expressed using the letter B. I personally prefer to stick with uppercase letters, but I have seen both upper and lowercase letters used, and it is really a matter of personal choice, so long as the notation is standard enough to be used to recreate a game. The next piece is the fencer, indicated by the letter F. When referring to the flyer, we use the letters FL. Moving right along, the lancer is denoted using the letter L. The swift, shown with the letter S. And finally, the vanguard is indicated by the letter V. A further note, although we didn't cover the goal in our previous video, mainly because it was geared toward movement of pieces, and the goal cannot move on its own, I will show it here for reference purposes, and tell you that it is indicated by the letter G. It is worth pointing out that the goal is not normally mentioned on its own, except possibly during initial setup. Now we will move on to the different symbols that would be encountered during a typical game of Klin Zha. Starting with the initial setup, we use the greater than sign. This illustration shows how we can indicate that we are moving our blockader to space E37 to start the game. Next, let's look at how we would denote movement of a piece. Here, we see a swift at space G36. If we wanted to move from there to, say, space F48, we would first use the letter S to indicate that we're moving the swift. Next, we add the @ symbol, along with our space, letter, and number combination, G36, to show the starting space of the piece, followed by the greater than sign to denote movement, and finally, the letter and number combination of the space that we're moving the piece to, at 48. Moving on, the following example will show how to indicate that we are moving a piece to a space where we would capture an opponent's piece. Here we can see that we have a flyer at space H78, and an enemy vanguard at space H46. So first, we indicate that we're moving a flyer, FL, located at space H78. Then we use the letter X, again upper or lowercase, though I personally use lowercase in this instance, to show that the space we're moving to will be capturing a piece on the opponent's squad. Then we would denote the piece being captured as a vanguard, V, and that it is located at space H46. Now let's see how we would express that a piece is moving while carrying the goal. As was mentioned in the previous video, the only pieces that can carry the goal are the fencer, the lancer, and the vanguard. For this particular example, let's assume that we have the fencer at space B19 with the goal. Let us now assume we want to move the fencer to space C28. To do this, we use a set of round brackets around the letter indicator of the piece, in this case F for the fencer, along with its space letter number combination, B17, and it looks like this. Then we simply add our greater than sign and the space we are moving to, C28. Finally, the last symbol to touch on is the one used to indicate that the goal has been captured and the game is over. Let's put our Lancer at space F35 for this particular illustration, and our opponent's lowly Vanguard at space G57 protecting the goal. First, we show movement of the Lancer with the letter L located at space F35. Then we indicate that we will be capturing a Vanguard, V, which is at space G57. Finally, we denote that this move will capture the goal and end the game by using an exclamation mark. And this concludes another Klin Zha Quickie. You should now feel more comfortable using notation in your own games, as well as recreating archived games from the notation included. As always, keep an eye out for more Klin Zha Quickies in the future, as well as our full-length Klin Zha 101 videos. Kapla!